I don't have time to be focused on you, baby girl, right?
Yeah.
If I'm getting it bag and I'm making $2-3 million a year, I don't have time to be spending $350-$400 worth of time on you right now for an hour of your time. Or you spending an hour of my time when I could be leveling up and getting more money or increasing the value of my time, when I could be spending it with my daughter, right? And that's how I'm able to maintain my mindset when it comes to what it is that I'm dealing with on a daily basis. That hoe ain't worth my time.
There you go.
Because I'm too valuable. And that's what I was saying, right? When you're growing and when you start to look at everything from a business and a spiritual perspective, you don't subject yourself to the same thing that everybody else do just because you have the availability to control it or you have the money for it.
Real life.
It ain't real life. Just ain't
Real life street stars. You know what time it is. I say that just to say because I figured you might move in that direction. So if a man is working on a job and he's not getting the value, the job is not treating him as valuable as they should be treating him, he's not being compensated like he should be, what should his next move be? Because, you know, it's...
Well, what is its value, right? A lot of times we think that our value is more than what it really is.
Ooh, shit.
Right? Like, you, most of the time people are comparing themselves to people that's outside of their purview in order to justify their existence. I'll give you an example. You got the UAW, right? And they striking right now and they saying, well, we want more money because the CEO is making this or whatever. The CEO's pay is tied to the performance of the company. The CEO's job is also based off of what the board approved for them to get, right? So if the company performs well, then you make a lot of money as a result of it. Also on top of that, that means that the shareholders are benefiting, right? Everybody wins. We don't care how much money you make as long as you're making us money.
Yeah.
We want you to make a lot of money, right? But then when you got that worker on the floor, they going by what their hourly wage is and they trying to justify their existence based off of your lifestyle. They looking out the window instead of looking in the mirror. And so a lot of times what we don't do is we don't evaluate what our time is worth. How much you think your time is worth if you had to guess?
Over time is getting worth more than what it was when I was 20.
But if you had, do you know what a number, what number would you attach to your
If I was to put a dollar amount on my personal time
per hour,
it's about worth $40 to $50 an hour.
How do you substantiate that?
Based on my wants and needs and what I have around me, what I already have and what I want to attain.
Nope.
Go ahead.
The amount of time that what you worth per hour is what you make per year divided by 8,760.
Oh, let me get a calculator. Hold on. Wait.
That's how much time, how many hours are in a year. Meaning that the amount of time that you worth is literally a number based off of how much money you've made and whether or not you're sleeping, whether you're awake, whether we doing this interview, whether or not you're playing video games, whether you're having sex or whether you're at work every day. It's a number attached to that. So if you make $100,000 per year, give or take, I'm a C student, so
yeah,
work with me here.
Let's
say you make $100,000 per year. We're not even gonna go net. We're not even gonna take the taxes out. We're not gonna do none of that. Let's just say 100,000 straight up and down. 8,760, you make somewhere between $11 and $12 an hour. That's how much your time is worth. $11 and $12 an hour. So now we have to start looking at our time differently because every time that I'm spending on this side hoe, is she really worth $40 because I spent 44 hours with that hoe? Here's another calculation, right?
Hold on.
Let's break it down. Let's look at it. Everything needs to be looked at from a business perspective. Let's say you make $1 million, $2 million a year, right? That means your time is worth between $150 to $300 an hour. Every time you sleep, every time you blink, when you jump in the shower, every hour you worth somewhere between $150 and $300 an hour, right?
Yes.
Now, if I got this little hood rat over here and she playing games and she wasting my time and I got to spend 3 hours with that hoe, you telling me she worth a band?
Nah, $11 an hour.
So now you start to look at your time differently, right? Because this hoe ain't even worthy to be in my presence.
Man, come on now.
Right?
There you go.
So now,
calculation.
If you making $70, $80, $90, $100,000 a year, right? That mean that you ain't got time to be hanging out with people that ain't add value into your life because you trying to increase the value of your time. You ain't got time to be focused on no hoes. The hoes come with it. All you got to do is be focused on your success. You don't have time to be putting into another woman. You got to be putting it into yourself. The women are going to come with it. I don't have it. Listen, I don't have it. My time is worth $12 an hour if I'm making $100,000 a year. I don't have time to be focused on you, baby girl. right?
Yeah.
If I'm getting it back and I'm making $2-3 million a year, I don't have time to be spending $350-$400 worth of time on you right now for an hour of your time. Or you spending an hour of my time when I could be leveling up and getting more money or increasing the value of my time, when I could be spending it with my daughter, right? And that's how I'm able to maintain my mindset when it comes to what it is that I'm dealing with on a daily basis. That hoe ain't worth my time.
There you go.
Because I'm too valuable. And that's what I was saying, right? When you're growing and when you start to look at everything from a business and a spiritual perspective, you don't subject yourself to the same thing that everybody else do just because you have the availability to control it or you have the money for it. Because now my inherent value is worth more than what you can offer me. And so I got a different mentality. That's the thing that keep you when you become successful. It's the character, it's the principles, it's the mentality that allows for you to be successful going forward.
So let's talk finances then.
Let's get it.
When it comes to,
It's my favorite subject.
Yeah. When it comes to, and we're black men in here, we come from a struggle. I'm sure everybody, black men come from
I come from right in
some
the
type of
city.
struggle. How important they say is it to surround yourself around more successful people in order to be successful? Or
Every person need a mentor.
there you go.
Every single person. I will never not have a mentor. Every person needs to get themselves a guide that allows for them to forego going through the same things that they went through in order to become successful so you can get there faster than they did. Yeah. And contrary to popular belief, rich people are nice. Rich people are way nicer than people that's in the middle class or the poor people. Rich people will give you all of the game. They will give you opportunity. They will give you all of the insight, information, understanding. They will connect you with the right people. But most time, people villainize people because they're looking at what they don't got, right? And rich people become the enemy simply because they symbolize what it is that you haven't been able to achieve. And so instead of people having a mentality to align themselves with people that can give them the game, they reject them, right? And they don't want to invest in themselves. But they'll go and spend money on a depreciating asset. They're going to go get that Charger or that Challenger. That Charger and that Challenger can't put no money in your pocket.